Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. It's right here we are going to be reacting to what was in the end a pretty exciting occasion at the Camp Nou between Barça and Napoli. Somehow we haven't yet got a winner. Of course, we've got the second leg to come next week, but after the first leg at the Camp Nou, it is Barça 1, Napoli 1. But there were plenty, and I mean plenty, of chances in favour of Barça, and we should have won this. In the end, this is a game we should have won. We're going to be talking all about it, though, in today's video, so let's get to it. But first of all, guys, what I would like to start with, really, is the general feeling of this game, the general feel around it, because, of course, coming into it, we spoke about it in the match preview. I said here, we should try and approach the Europa League with a bit of optimism, try and go and win it if we can, try and get as far as we can. But I have to admit that when the team came out there for this game, when the occasion started to get underway, when you heard the Europa League anthem ring around the Camp Nou, I'm sorry, but it just felt off. The whole night for me, it felt very, very strange here to be watching the Champions League on Tuesday, on Wednesday, waiting to play now until Thursday in the Europa. It just didn't feel right to me. It really, really felt strange throughout the game. And I think as well, when you look at Xavi's lineup, I think it was interesting because I actually think there that he's looking at this game as one that, of course, we tried to win it. We went out there, we gave everything we had in the end. We were really piling on to try and get that winner. But I do think, looking at that team, I think he's saving players for the weekend, which I think we've always been very, very clear on. La Liga, finishing in the top four, doing as well as we can in the league. That, honestly, it is our priority, and it should be our priority. Atletico Madrid losing against Levante yesterday puts us in a really nice position in La Liga. Massive game away at Valencia. That is still very much our focus, and I think you did feel that, especially in the first half of this game. Because I think in that first half, what you did see there was a front three that looked like a front three that were only starting together for the very first time. Of course, there was a lack of combination play. There was a lack of understanding. I think Aubameyang really tried to get involved. He was pressing as well from the front. He looked really, really energetic. But I think Adama Traore today, Napoli made it so difficult for him. They actually, from the very first minute, doubled up on him. They made it very, very difficult there for him to make runs in behind to actually take on one or two players. Always, they were swarming around him. So very, very difficult for him to get into today's game. And I think Napoli, they weren't really interested today in having the ball. They were quite happy for us to play it around side to side, the kind of thing that we do when we can't really break teams down. And they were always a threat on the counter-attack. Victor Osimhen, certainly with all of that pace in behind, he was threatening. He was always there, and he did test Ter Stegen at his near post in that first half. But of course, guys, we all know it. We're all very much aware of it, those of you that watched the game at least, that the big sort of game-changing moment, wasn't it, in that first half? That was the big chance that fell to Ferran Torres. And this was a moment here that would either give Barca the lead or just moments later would see us go behind. And that was the key here, because Aubameyang, you can see, plays it into Ferran Torres. It's a good chance. Obviously, it's not a tap-in, but I think a player of that quality, we've seen him in the past, score from this situation 9 times out of 10, but he just never looked confident coming onto that there. He didn't make the right connection. It actually went a long way wide in the end, and it was a big miss at such a big time. Because, of course, not because of him, it's not his fault then, that Napoli go straight down the other end, and they score. We allow them in down the right-hand side. Elmas leaves Jordi Alba on the ground, actually, pulls it back to Zielinski, who drills one at goal. Ter Stegen actually gets down well to save the first one, but we cannot react, and Zielinski putting in the rebound to give Napoli a big goal. Not an away goal, of course. Let's not forget that away goals are no longer valid in European competitions, but still, we conceded at a bad time for us in the game, and once again, we had to pick ourselves up for the second half. And I do think that in the second half, Barca certainly performed better than the first. There was more urgency about our play. Maybe Xavi gave them a bit of a team talk at half-time, because like I say, in that first half, it did feel as though we didn't really mind either way. We would either win. If we didn't, it wasn't so bad. There wasn't really too much energy. But the second half, we did certainly turn things up a bit. And then the other big moment came, courtesy of VAR, because the referee went over to the sidelines. I think actually it came sort of unexpectedly, actually, that he was looking at the handball from Juan Jesus. It was a ball in there from the right-hand side from Adama. Clearly it does sort of brush the hand. I do feel as though maybe if that was given against us, it would have seemed harsh. Penalty was given, and what the real shock for me was that the man stepping up, I thought it might be Aubameyang, I thought maybe someone else, but Ferran Torres. And I thought that took huge mental strength, actually, given the fact that he'd missed chances in the first half. He should have had a goal, and he was saying here, right, I'm taking the penalty, I'm going to score. And you've got to say, he stuck this one away brilliantly, really calm. There was a little skip, a little hop in there, just slotted it past the goalkeeper. Such a confident penalty, and that's what I can't believe. I can't really work out why, in all other areas of the field today, Ferran didn't have that same confidence. He seemed rushed, he seemed uneasy, yet clearly he has got the ability in there. And then on 65 minutes, Xavi really did ring the changes. Nico Gonzalez coming off for Gavi, Busquets coming on in midfield for Frenkie de Jong. Again here you're wondering about maybe who he's resting, looking ahead to that game on Sunday. Adama coming off as well, replaced by Ousmane Dembele. Of course, this was the first time since all of the transfer stuff that he's played at the Camp Nou in front of the fans, and obviously he was greeted there with very loud whistles against Dembele, and also then when he was picking up the ball, he was whistled time and time again. But you have to say, the whistles did die down, because Dembele did come on, he had an impact in the game, he created chances, he was trying to make things happen. I also think actually Dest made a real impact as well. He came on that right side, to credit certainly for both of those players coming on in this game. But we kept pushing, we kept trying, we kept really fighting until the end. You've got to give credit here to these players. We don't know how much of a priority the Europa League is, but they really did work hard against a good team in Napoli to get that winning goal, and we should have got it. It was Dembele there cutting in from the right. He was linking up with Dest, with Pedri. He flicks it on there, Pedri, into the path of Ferran Torres, who's got time, he's got space, he's got the far post there to aim at. Again, it's a massive chance. This is a huge moment in the game. And it's another wild miss. And I think every time tonight where he was given that kind of ball in that situation, he's done well. He's taken up a good position. He got into some really good areas. But that's not the finish you expect from him. That is not the finish that he is capable of producing. And it's a massive, massive miss from me. But by far and away, the moment of the night for me came from Luuk de Jong. And how many times have we said this recently? It's not even a joke anymore. This guy is capable of some highlight reel moments, because the ball comes in from the right. It's slightly behind him. What does Luuk de Jong do? He goes for the bicycle kick. He goes for the bicycle kick. And I truly thought that he was going to get it when he rose up there, when he made that connection going towards goal. It would have been a worldie. It would have been a stunning individual goal. But it flashes wide, and I was absolutely gutted in that moment, because what a goal that would have been from Luuk de Jong. But we kept pushing, we kept trying, but we couldn't break that door down. In the end, Barça drawing at home with Napoli. Because of that away goals rule, it doesn't exactly mean too much. You know, heading into the second leg, it's all there to play for. But like I say, I think looking at that first half performance, looking at the team selection from Xavi, there's a lot of pressure now for me on the game on Sunday. We go away to Valencia. It's a big game and an important game that clearly we are looking to prioritise. But what did you make tonight, guys? What did you think there of the performance from the team? I'm sure that you're going to have a lot to talk about there with those big misses from Ferran Torres. What do you make of Dembele's performance and the reaction as well of the crowd? Please do let me know all of that in the comments down below. And how did you feel? Probably tonight, making your Europa League debut. I will see you soon, of course, guys, ahead of a big weekend again in the league for Barça. Thank you indeed for watching and for supporting. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.